Oh hey, it's Dee from Three-Way Fitness. This week we're going all in on the pull-up. So we're going to give you options for building up strength to do your first pull-up or to help really get your skills and push past a plateau so you can master your pull-up. So for this week, we're going to show you all the options with a pull-up bar, but next week we'll give you some options for if you don't have a pull-up bar. So check out this week to go all in detail on the pull-up. What muscles are we using when we do a pull-up? We are using a lot of muscles. Shocking, right? We're using all our muscles in all the exercises. So for a pull-up, the primary action happens at the shoulder. So our main mover for this exercise is the lat. That's a muscle that attaches at the armpit and goes right down the back. It's a really big muscle. That's the main one we build when we do our pull-ups. If we look more at the shoulder, there's all these little muscles working around the scapula, the shoulder blade, and right around the arm where that all connects. So lots of muscles in there. So we've got our low traps, mid traps, upper traps working. All these traps, gotta love the traps. Then we have some of these muscles around the rotator cuff. So that will include our infraspinatus, supraspinatus, teres minor, got a little teres major going on. Those are like kind of all through here. We do get a little bit of work from the pecs. We get some work from, if we go down to the arm now, go to the arm, we get a little bit of bicep there, a little bit of tricep. We work into our forearm flexors and then even muscles in the hand because we're gripping. And if you've done pull-ups before or been working toward pull-ups, you know that your grip gets really tired. Main muscle, lats, all the other muscles around the arms, those are going to be what we might call accessory muscles, muscles that are working together with the big movers to get the job done. Then we also can't forget the almighty core, right? That's all of this good stuff in here, deep core, because we're holding our core tight to keep us in a tight lever so that we're not wiggling around and so we're an easy weight to pull up. It's a lot of muscles. I wasn't lying, right? Now let's go learn about some pull-ups.
Hey, look, it's Jess from Three-Wave, and it's Dee from Three-Wave talking about her, as usual. We're going to break down the pull-up mechanics today. There are three things we want to look at. Our first pointer for owning our pull-up is to tighten everything. This refers to engaging your core by finding a hollow body core position. So this means we're flexing the muscles in the abs and the deep core. We're also getting some tension out of the shoulders. But then when we tighten and squeeze everything, we want to squeeze the legs together as well. This makes us a tighter lever, which makes us an easier weight to pull up and down. The next thing we want to look at is our scapular control. Scapula refers to our shoulder blades. So you can see Jess here is hanging on here by packing and releasing her shoulder blades. So you can see when she dips down, that's her letting her shoulder blades travel up her spine and it's letting her body relax and it feels so good there. But then when her body comes up, that's actually her drawing her scapulas downward and that's very active. It fires on the muscles of the low traps, the muscles of the rotator cuff and gets our lats ready to go. Our last point with the pull-up is that we want to learn to work the full range. That means we want to get strong at the very bottom, relaxed start of your pull-up. And we also want to get strong at the very top, high tension hold in the pull-up. So at the bottom, we can see Jess first engages her scapula muscles there and then pulls up. So she gets the chin over the bar in that grip. And then coming down, she maintains control all the way to the bottom. So yes, it's a great way to start working up to your pull-up by jumping and being halfway through and getting to the top. But ideally, for best overall shoulder health and longevity of our shoulders, we want to have control all the way up and all the way down. Way to have control, Jess. You're so cool.
We're going to talk about our hand position for our pull-up exercise. So there are three different grips we can do. Pronated, which is overhand, is our pull-up grip. Pronated, pull-up, they both start with a P. It's a great way to remember your grip. This is going to be our hardest option to go through. By being in that overhand grip, we're going to use a lot more of the forearms and have a lot less help from those biceps. So it's going to feel a little tougher to get yourself right up over the bar. The next option is our neutral grip. That means our palms face inward. This is going to give you a little bit more help from the bicep. It's not going to be just about the forearms here, so it's going to feel a little bit more comfortable than your pull-up. Then the last option is our supinated grip, so palms are facing me. This is going to be our chin up. So with this one, we're letting the biceps take on a lot more of the load. Still, the lat is your biggest mover, but having the help of those biceps is going to feel really good. So if you haven't quite gotten to your pull-up, start with the chin up. Start with that supinated grip. It's going to let you get used to pulling up your body weight, work through the range of motion, and then you can progress going onto that neutral, then onto that pull-up as we work on strengthening the forearms.
Here's our pull-up option with as much equipment as you can find. So ideally, this is with a pull-up bar. So Jess has her fabulous pull-up bar that she's going to show us these options with. We can also work on hollow scaption raises. So this means that we're still holding our hollow body position, but we're not going to do the full pull-up. We're going to teach our shoulders to get strong at pulling us up and down only from the shoulder blades. So Jess is going to hang and just do little lifts and controlled drops. So she's training her shoulder blades to control lifting up her spine and control coming down her spine to lift her whole body weight. Getting that core tension with a hollow position is also going to make sure she's swinging less through the movement and has more control over her body as a weight itself. A practice exercise we can do for building up to our pull-up with a pull-up bar is a hollow hang. This one's really valuable because it's going to train your grip, which is a huge aspect of feeling strong in your pull-up, and it gets you used to holding good core tension. Also just great for building a strong core, but putting those components together is tougher than it might sound. So getting used to hanging while finding your hollow core position, contracting your abs, squeezing your legs together is going to be really valuable at building up to that final pull-up. Another way to build up to it is to add a band for assistance. And look how Jess wiggles that band so nicely. So cute, that band. So she's going to step one foot into it. And generally we like to cross our legs over just to secure the band in place. So that band is going to allow for some assistance. It's going to offset her weight and help her come up so she's not holding as much of her body weight. So she'll come up. It's going to give less assistance at the top, more at the bottom. So it is going to help give you a boost for that start position, but not so much in the finish position. Another option to make this even harder but not go to the full pull-up is to use the band for help on the way up, but then right at the top she can just slide her foot out a little bit awkwardly and then come down using her full weight with no assistance from the band. So there are ways you can adjust this to really scale it to where your body's at. And maybe you start with full pull-ups and you do 2, but that's it. So then you hop in the band and you do some negatives and then you're really tired, so you just finish off all with the band. There are ways where you can adjust this so that you can keep good form, work the full range, and still get strong at your pull-up. So here Jess is stepping back into the band. So she's going to make sure that she can control her pull-up from the top to the bottom, and still by taking the foot out, she can get really strong on the down phase or the eccentric phase where we're really good at building up a lot of the strength through the movement. Yay! So we're going to look at the full pull-up with our bar. This is the best way you can work on your pull-ups if you've already worked up to this high intensity or high level of doing a pull-up. The more you can do them, the stronger you're going to get at them, and the more that strength is going to stay. So make sure to pack the shoulders, get in your hollow body position, pull yourself all the way up and over, making sure at the top that your shoulders don't roll forward, and then control it down, keeping those shoulders nice and controlled top to bottom. Woo!
Wow, that was a great video. I would watch it again and again and again. So we learned all about the pull-up, how to do it with a pull-up bar, how to work up to it with a pull-up bar. So next week, for all you people, most of us, let's face it, we're stuck at home. For all you people who have no equipment or very little equipment, we're going to go through all these same points of strength, but without any of that equipment. So stay tuned for next week.
Well, that was super informative. If you have any questions about variations that we haven't gone over, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We'd be more than happy to talk about it. You can hit us up on social media. 3wave_fitness, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We also have a Patreon page, which we'd love to have you support. We will be putting up stuff that's for patrons only, including blooper reels and other tidbits and advice, and some workshops that we're working on as well. Eventually, you'll also be able to work with us directly through Patreon. Please like, share, and subscribe. Click the little bell icon, and definitely comment. You can ask your questions down there too. If you have any questions, thoughts, concerns, if you just want to talk, reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. Guys, stay safe. We love you, we're here for you, and we're all in this together. We'll talk soon.